Good morning, queer stars. I'm Otis Elevator Ashtabula Bell. I'm the witch on the job. Gonna do some Tabula Mundi Tarot today. I'm with this witch. You can hear the peacocks in the background, and you can see the beautiful Camas in the foreground. Another peacock on the job today. And the oaks, of course. Those snake-like witches in the background. So Medusa haired. The oaks, the old oaks. I'm in a beautiful Camas oak grove. And there's a little apple to my left, which I think is really sweet. Crab apple. Yeah, it's really nice. Nice grove. I've got a buttercup in my left knee. Sweet. Gold and purple is the Camas color, and then the buttercup and some other yellows, which I think are lomatium, are also in this field. And some little like spiralies of peas, the vetch. There'll be another kind of magenta shade later. There'll be purple, I think, actually, kind of a bluish. The oaks look buoyant. They are all fresh green leaved. They look so dapper. They're so cute. It's like freshies at the ball with their fresh new suits on. Oh my, and some ferns, deer ferns unfurling. They're like half unfurled, so they look really fresh too. Gosh, they look like someone, like the fiddlehead, you know? And then like someone looking really sharp playing it in a sharp look. Well, okay, this is the tarot crew, so welcome to Queer Stars. I am a queer transgender healer, and I am a mystic, and I want to do a tarot reading today. Just kind of open up for the collective any wisdoms that come, and I invite you to take a breath with me with the land, and just be with the land where you are, woven in that way, right in the heart. There's no way we can be separate from this, and no way any of our ancestors have been. It's just coming home in gratitude with the land through the breath. It reminds us right where to go, into the heart, and that gate between where we start. And this is where we weave seen and unseen. And we welcome to any messages from Bridget, the deity from my ancestral Celtic background who tends to crossroads, find that middle place at crossroads magic. That well there. She finds 10 of swords right off the bat. And the 7 of swords. My, oh my. And the Queen of Swords. How nice. Underneath the deck that pulled all that was the 8 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. My readings are all about embodying these messages of non-duality and of bridging conflict, like the 5 of Swords represents, with all the other swords underneath it we're just marching through, and all of the 8 of Cups waters of the old subconscious integrations that we're having to walk through trials to do right now. That this is all in my embodiment, as I understand this truth, an act of prayer for ceasefire and for care to become a living garden woven with the star gardens of higher potential, receiving messages of intuition with the gates open in our channels so we can be come, that zone of sovereignty that does hold ceasefire as a prayer, to be with the body, the ancestors, the land, in prayer and love, to be with true love and authenticity as family, and to just be in ceasefire there with the garden. So I pulled a whole stretch of swords, and I had to really announce, make sure this intention for this space is clear. That what we're doing here is coming into alignment here and understanding the ceasefires and ends of arguments that we can do in our own embodiment and in relationship and in our destinies. And in the larger picture, there's an echo, like a butterfly effect, where we're praying for a ceasefire in this way. And I need to just say that's what this space's intention is, and that's what my prayer is for us. Thank you. Prince of Discs. I love how this one is able to hold swords energy. See how it, like, they just kind of made a card out of it, and you know, are doing something for the earth, and I love that because I love the softening of that, as well as the strength, and almost like a warrior looking person with warrior equipment came home and is with measurement and keys now transferring that energy, the Prince of Discs. Yeah, to just being industrious with something that looks like it will provide a lot for a lot of people. A warrior might go out to put those same tools to protect a lot of people, but this one puts those tools to create a loving relationship that's generous for a lot of people with the earth. It looks like it's the primary relationship he's in, and yeah, I guess there's a big old beard on this friend. Anyways, whatever their pronoun is, I just say air of earth because air is a little more mixy, whatever. You can put whatever gender you want. It's a masculine energy, which I love, is joining with the earth, and there's a balance and a duality. Like, if we've done all this fighting to end non-duality and get into this space where the dove flies and there's an egg of truth reborn. I just saw a rabbit run off. In Year of the Rabbit, we really did that. What are we healing? What ancestral healing is coming about? We sure did dig it up, and then we've been doing it. And then it's like, what are we going to make from that? What are we going to do? I love this friend coming in. And however that suits you, what kind of new projects, new ventures that are really from your earthy body, that are just like, I can do that. This is what I can do here. I have the keys to this, and I'm doing this, and it's generous and it's industrious. And I would say youthful, like perhaps doing this project, this work, like, returns a youth to you, gives you energy, creates it, because this is a place of growing. So things you grow here, so you can be part of that, and it gives you a forever youngness. The High Priestess. In the rivers, I love the depiction of this card with the hearts that are pomegranate like, and in the rivers. It's just like, I am embodying the intuitive universe. I embody the intuitive universe. I am in the flow, and I know of knowing. Yeah. The pomegranate hearts and the river of knowing. To be this aligned with Creator. This is the number 2 in the deck after the Magician, which is number 1. You have the Moon. So maybe the Magician in that alchemy makes this. And it's us. It's our micro of the macro. We are entire universe, and it feels like this good. Like, whoa. I love that. I mean, honestly, I feel like this friend stepping in to be industrious on the earth with a project and serve with the earth, and then this showing up, this just makes me feel like this is what that project is. If we are going to put all our industrious energy into all feeling like this, we would, oh, we could do so much. Oh, I really, really pray into this awakening through our own inner intuitive bodies. Being the mini version of the earth and the universe that feels so good and is so beautiful because it knows it's in this flow. Wow. I love, okay, shout out to the creator of this deck, this Tabula Mundi Tarot. It's the creators of Fortune's Wheelhouse, Mel Malone, I believe is her name. She is an incredible teacher, and just the art that is here, where the pomegranate heart and the river that is, and the moon phases are in her third eye, and then she's got the earth above her. It's all like around. It's very Mother Mary, which and High Priestess is usually like this Mother Mary figure with her eyes closed, and she's got a moon in her third eye, and she's in prayer and in shroud, and usually it's a shroud on a throne and she's sitting. But this is such a beautiful throne. It's so beautiful how the magician's elements just make the world, and she embodies it. It's alchemy. I've never seen it so full bodied, and I really appreciate the feminism in this card and that a witch made it. And that's what I acknowledge here and really, really admire. This is a really accurate guidance for us, because when we have a card guided by the moon into our third eye, it's like we become this in our third eye, and we can, with our dream bodies, really anoint ourselves and baptize ourselves in the dream body, that we're all the elements of the universe, and we can actually do visualizations of ourselves like this is an artist doing this is healing. We can actually go to sleep every night in any moment of peace that we need, and as a whole moment of peace that we do need to be all the time. We can actually live as a version of self like this. And it is through our third eye that we understand reality. It not just look at what understanding reality is. That creates your reality. That creates your relationship with everything. That creates your reaction experience. That creates your environment and your internal filter. It's your whole experience is affected by what you imagine it to be. And that's the power of this. And it's true. It's true. And you can invoke the magic of this truth, actively working with this magic by doing active visualization meditation, where you imagine this happening and imagine whatever version of it you want. The High Priestess wants us to know that we, like the moon, are the divine embodiment. And we can nurture that knowing through meditation, visualization. Really helps to come home to this, doesn't it? You can actually go in and send energy around to different organs if they need it, different colors, lights, energy. Just listen to what's in your body. Listen. Feel. All the time. Just as a way of being. And just notice sensation. Go inward and down. You can go deeper if you have space and you set up a sacred space. It's just like protected, nothing can come in. Only that which is safe, sacred can be in this space. And just drop roots into the earth root and the star root and open the bridge into the sacred world and say, protectors come in, helpers, guides, help this sacred space along. Open my eyes and see, help me see what I need to see, be what I need to be. And you bridge and you can go into other worlds, even inside and down. You can go up into the stars. This is your astral radio. Through your third eye, you can imagine to your body. How am I feeling in my body? Is there anything creaky? Anything heavy? Anything buzzy? Notice any sensations. And just like this high priestess wants us to know we are a work of art of divine alchemy, what do you see in the archetypes, maybe the images in your body? Do you see color? Do you see your own imagery of your own high priestess of your body? Pomegranate heart of flame, embodying the enshroudment of the river, being in that flow, feeling the solar plexus anointed with the third eyes knowing, bright star of protection. How does it feel to be the creation of the universe? Made in its image, a creator. So beautiful, infinitely divine and powerful. How does this feel right now to you? Literally, like, does your body hurt? Is it what's there? Is it stuck? Is it built up? Is it empty? Cold, hot? Is it full? Is it blocked? If so, what? Welcome to your body. You can do this anytime. Thank you, High Priestess. Thank you for this little break in the meditation, and just take some breaths with your body and just breathe in a reception, from the earth. That gift. I receive the gift. The earth gives me every moment, my breath, fully. And watch how, as I hold, I see my body deepen into its reception of that gift and stretch into something holding me, which is the earth. It's always in the breath, reaching in and holding me. It feels like getting a hug. The impulse to get a hug? Where you want to squeeze. It feels like if I can take in, when I take in the breath, when I receive it, And just like I'm like holding it, I'm like, oh, and receive more. It's like the hug squeezing, only backwards. It's inside. And it's being squeezed by the earth. Do you know the breath is actually just the hand of the earth reaching into your body to give you life every moment? And it's like a thread of continuity. I mean, our blood is like a thread around our body. The breath is like a thread with the earth and with all the plants and animals and everybody that's lived here before us, too, all the ancestors. So it's a nice hug inside where all the tension is, like around chest and the vertebrae of the spine and just down the whole radio, the breath of the spine, really, and all the tissues around breathing and our bodies being connected together. When we hold the breath, it's like a hug. It's a hug, right? We're just receiving a gift from the earth and then holding it. That's a hug. We're hugging the earth. Do you know breathing's hugging the earth? I don't know. The earth's teaching me. Thank you, High Priestess. This was a deep little moment. Detour. This is a detour of, we had to take it. Yeah. This is what it's about. It's hokey pokey. This is it. It's about having a sacred body. It's Get to just be in the body as many times a day as we need, as much just to stop and notice sensations. Yeah. I love these cards that came next. Two of Wands. They came out as a pair. Oh, sorry. It came out as a pair. Strength, aka Lust, in this deck, which looks like Lady Liberty and a bunch of lions and stuff. And again, that star that was on the belly of the High Priestess, but now it's up in the sky, guiding, and it's just like dominion. It's about sovereignty and fire, spiritual love, sovereignty, and just like, that justice. You know, sometimes we wonder, what's justice? It does look like this. We've got Aries North Node right now, and just leading our collective evolution with just some energy about like, what is personal sovereignty for everyone, right? I'm curious about that. And so is this card. The strength card is curious, from strength to strength. You know, what's the world we could build with that, right? Dominion, sovereignty. The one here who is also a healthy fire, who's like, I know who I am and how I need to do that. And if we all have this world that encourages all of us to be able to be this, that is a kind of justice and necessary path, you know, that the High Priestess needs us to go down next. It's like, what's our way we're gonna walk this truth that's us, each unique one, it's every person, and stand for a world that builds strength around that and with that. Yes. I was raised by an organization in Seattle called the Seattle Youth Garden Project. Or, sorry, why did I just say that? I kind of was raised by gardens in Seattle, of course. But what I meant to say was the Seattle Young People's Project. They're both cool organizations. The Seattle Young People's Project is the most amazing example of this. Go check it out. I think youth-led and youth spaces are so important, and that's another dimension of this. But also the forever young in all of us, that one that's just our strength. We need to emerge in leadership in a unique way. We need to understand how to nurture our society and build strength up, and then nurture that. Why it doesn't feel like we do. We're taught to assimilate, fit in, follow orders. It's very submissive and very assimilative. And it's like, to recover from this is a real work, because it's stolen our diversity of our genders and our relationships. And so as we reclaim that out of real need, because they just didn't work and we had to figure out new ways, right? New ways are being remembered through us. I mean, it's impossible to, you know, and we're learning through some of the conflicts. All of the beginning of the reading was all swords. It's like, we're being brought into new sovereignties now. You know, we're learning from all the fighting and ceasefire, and we're becoming new Ace of Disc, new kinds of work. Look at this person. There's so many things that the seed of our sacred bodies can grow as work, as industriousness, as productivity. It can be so many different kind of things that we do here for work. And we need to grow the garden back and be the garden, period. I think it does look kind of like that. Knight of Discs. I really love it. I love all this fire and earth in this reading coming after the swords, you know, just showing us what embodying this ceasefire looks like. So in our communities, as we're praying for ceasefire and we're creating any ripple of belonging we can embody, you know, in relationship to war today and colonization and all the kinds of wars that happen inside, outside, all over there. It's important to notice we are all just wondering maybe how to embody ceasefire, I think. And it looks really beautiful today. And the Princess of Cups, too. This is lovely. And so I have been doing a lot of water therapy, going to the water and doing water therapy and prayer. Yes, and even as a dancer, really with water. hmm We're mostly water, and I pray with the water inside the earth, and the water's awakening, and shifting, and changing the earth. We have climate change, we have waters changing our earth, our edges where most people have gathered, and it's scary. And also, water, remembering water, fluidity, water, remembering that rebirth, we're water, we're shifty, we can embrace change. We got to get feminine about it, though, which is good. That means we get high priests about it. We are in our bodies, our beauties, fluidities. I want this justice for the world. I know that this can carry us over. I believe in this as a wave of change, the new kinds of work. Look at this beautiful moon rising. I love this card. God, it makes me even want to cry. All of us rising as her. Be the garden, grow the garden. Look at this. It's this fountain. It's so good. I'm an acupuncturist and I know about fountains of wellness all over the body, different kinds of waters that we awaken of sacred that flow into us, different qualities of energy that help us. Anyways, I just really believe in this, that there's a wellspring that we can access inside and become, and that we make the world like that, and that when we practice healing and we relate with those well springs. I come and sing at different shorelines. Today I'm in the oak Camas prairie. I really love the messages coming through today. Wow, underneath the deck is 9 of Swords, cruelty, and it's just like to rebirth as this out of it. Ceasefire. Look at this. Yes, I'm here with the Camas and the oaks, and just in prayer with the ancestors, breathing with the land. Yes. You know, when you say yes to love and you really mean it, and it's such a complete yes, and it's so healing to be in it, and so just cleansing and safe and like renewing, and like baptizes you in sacred waters, you know, that heal everything. That's what this is. And it looks like we really need it, you know, because cruelty, the 9 of Swords, just is where we all agree it's just disgusting. We have to stop. But this is the waters of renewal that can renew us, and we all, like, completely can be reborn through them. I believe in that, and I believe in a world that believes in that, and I believe it would create a different world. It would not perpetuate cruelty, like when somebody's like cruel, they like make them more cruel by sending them to prison. Isolate. Oh yeah, let's take an isolated person screaming for help, who's totally overwhelmed and triggered, to go be punished with a bunch of other people and shamed and blamed and vilified in a violent environment that's completely dehumanizing. Let's do that with people who are screaming for help. Oh my. Anyways, I'm a prison abolitionist for sure. And I believe in a world that believes in our redemption and our complete. And I believe that we can do so many things with work that are affirmative of life and that garden and that are involved in growing the garden back. Literally, I'm literal about that. I think we need our food, medicine, and native gardens, indigenous food systems all tended and regrown, restored. And it's our collective blessing and project. We need wildlife corridors. We need to free the creeks. We need to tend to climate change and all the diaspora. We need to get involved with caretaking, contending across diversity. We need to build this entire planet like a big restoration project and redesign human community around that shifting and consider it a blessing. That's how you could respond to, if somebody's like, and people who like are showing to be violent, they could get resources. Could you imagine that? I can. I love men's work. Men are amazing. People who are struggling with not fitting in and fighting out and acting out and being violent and recurring cycles of abuse and violence are really amazing healers. They're amazing, amazing canaries in this coal mine. And just like any other version of any canary in the coal mine, some might just express their trauma differently from their different social position. I just really think, there's an incredible ceasefire work with every person's vantage point. Wow, there's just sirens going off, eh? Yeah. Anyways, I'm a transgender man. I walked across dualities and bridge binaries so that I can do work with interruptive dissonant things like violence, dogs, violence. I'm not sure what it is yet. But conflict work. Interesting, rich garden for us all. And it looks like it's rebirthing us into new kinds of work and spiritual like expression. Is that maybe a good accurate way to sum that up? And I'm blessed to be where I am to do that from my own unique vantage point. We all are, right? Princess of Discs. I love this. I love just how it's grounding out in the earths and the airs, and yeah, just like how can we be that good every day as a work? I really want to feel like that every day. Oh my goodness. Can I just like work and live like this every day? Where I should prioritize that, probably. Ooh, that's why I'm grieving. I just lost a home that was like that, and so heavy on me. I landed in a city, but I can't quite do it. I come here. But we can all do our own versions of it. I go down to the shoreline and I can do enough of it there. It's about death of the ego. Cool. And again, the artist here is really feeding the land with the art here. Like this eagle, really death to the ego being this gift of salmon to the land, bringing it. With the reaper, it just feeds the land. What are we feeding with death? What's transforming of our egos? What ego is dying so we can feed the garden? I've always really felt like I couldn't fully be myself in the city. I felt trapped. But I wonder if I'm reading these cards right, just because from my own personal point of view here, as the reader, when I see this card come after Princess of Dis, and I'm talking about really, we don't all have the safety to be so naked, Oh, whoa. There's a death to the ego opponents, and I just pulled First Lust. Interesting. And the Tower. And so these as a pair, they just make me feel like this is the death of the ego. What an amazing three. We nourish the land by just like transforming anything, giving towers to anything necessary to free up this. This is our heart and our sun, and each individual person does ride on their own rose is blooming, their own lion of that. That's everybody can picture themselves through their high priestess third eye body. That's what you're doing, and your own version of that's gonna look like your own, right? But any tower that needs to fall to serve that, that's the death upon us. Let it fall. Transform the ego. feed the land. You are the gift. That's what needs to walk there. Get the land ready. Prepare the land for your own walk through it. Grow the garden path so you can walk your divinity down it. And then get dressed up like you're walking down that path. And walk down that path like you are walking down your own divine path. This is why the cards show royalty. We all actually are all that. I want to see the world built of that. These are powerful messages. All right. Cool. Are you having fun? Cancer, Uranus in the 12th. Reinvention of mothering. Reinvention of mothering. Healing of what it is inside of us all, because this is the mother, and we are the other mother. Every single person of all genders is that. All genders inside, but all of us have that mother inside that needs to heal the relationship with the mother that we are, and be in relationship with all mothers and this mother. That is our liberation. Camas grows like a mother. It looks like an ocean. It's a good gift, reminding us, being the bridge. It's so sacred. This purple mother, so knowing, like grandma knowledge. Be the mother. Be with the other mothers. It's true. It's been my healing, and I'm a transgender man. I love male stuff. I'm supposed to be a woman, but I'm not. I'm so masculine that I'm a man. I'm just a transgender man. But I'm also very feminine, sissy, and I love the mother part of myself and others, and of this mother here, and just connecting to that waters. Love, 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 love. It's a beauty ocean of connection. And we all have it. And it doesn't have to look like, it doesn't have to get a dress on or look like a woman necessarily. It's just about becoming the waters. So definitely fluidity, beauty, love. So whatever that looks like for you. Thank you for being with me in this reading with Bridget, the mother, the old mother, and with this mother, and with the mother inside, and praying for ceasefire with me, and being that gate of prayer in this ritual for healing of mothers, for us all to come home as a crew of mothers. All together. Bless the bees, bless the bees.